We're back, and of course the safety car has pulled into the pits, and we have had a whole mess of trouble as Anthony Tratt, car 75, was actually second behind Marcus Ambrose, but a lap down, so he was mugged by all the other contenders who need to get hold of Marcus to try and give themselves a chance to win. One of them's Cameron McConville, Garth Tander's teammate, and also up there is Paul Radicic, and Tratty doesn't know which way to go to get out of the way.
Not surprisingly, Billy, he's been shown the bad sportsmanship flag very quickly.
And there was a lot of chat about this at the drivers' briefing. Last year they were giving you a lap to get out of the way. This year a lot less, and Tratty hasn't been all that helpful this time around.
Well, he was nudged and budged and
beaten and
Todd getting crossed up in the very place that burned him yesterday.
Look at this, there's cars everywhere. All different attacking lines into that hairpin. They all get funneled in there eventually.
Tratt locked up there.
I reckon you're in the safest spot up here, mate.
Well, yeah, I mean, earlier in the race I thought I wouldn't mind being out there, but the elbows are up now, and boys are into it.
Now they're black flagging Anthony Tratt, we understand. Up ahead, Ambrose has a 2.3 second lead on Stephen Richards. That's something to keep an eye on, whether he can still carry that speed, as Tratt is also being under attack again.
I think McConville got hit by Jason Richards. They're all bottling up behind Anthony Tratt.
And of course right behind them is Greg Murphy, who is never afraid to get involved. Todd Kelly behind Murph.
Well, a few people will have noticed that Tratty let Stephen Richards through easily through turn one, but thereafter the cork went straight in the bottle.
Look at this.
It's been frustrating. Cameron McConville, he's behind the car. Well, the team representative he drove last year.
Well, now Cameron's holding them up. He's absolutely under threat from Greg Murphy, and right behind Murph, Todd Kelly.
Going to be aggravation here, any tick.
Look at the double-ended bumper job
there
that
it is.
Todd Kelly's getting here.
I'm not sure if they touched there, but Cameron went onto the ripple strip, and that tilted the car, of course. So
They're touching, they're side to side on the way to 8.
Kelly gets past Cameron McConville. Now there's a big go here.
Will they get through there two abreast?
Well,
yeah, no, they won't. There's chaos. There's chaos.
Oh, this is
and
a
I
bad
didn't
one.
think you could possibly get two cars through there. This stuff's insane.
It was Dumbrell trying to get past Cameron McConville. We're not sure if that triggered it. Colin Bond sweeps across the steward's room. This will be, of course.
You could see that coming from a lap back. I said to you guys.
Yep. They are past 75% race distance, keep in mind, guys. So they can stop the race here if they want.
And Stephen Johnson, of course, caught up in that. He is finally out of the race, one would suspect, after carrying on with a very battered car.
We have seen
with Junior.
We've seen some absolutely ridiculous moves through turn 8.
The territory they were fighting over.
That was all because the field was artificially grouped when it shouldn't have been.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, the bottleneck from the lap car definitely bunched the guys up more than normal, and everyone gets a bit racy. Not long to go in the event, and everyone's pretty buggered.
Brad Jones tied up there. Sorry, Garth, and of course Cameron, your teammate. Now further up the track, is that Jason or Mark? It's Mark Winterbottom further up the track.
Well, look at this unfold here. We've got to look at this from a few angles.
It's Dumbrell here trying to make a pass on Cameron McConville, and this in the sweeper.
Just touched him, just enough to turn him around.
And look at what happened.
Damage.
It was barely a touch. It looked like they didn't touch
Well,
it.
at 220 Ks, you can imagine.
No, it doesn't take much, and the cars are fairly unloaded there.
Just enough of a touch, look at that.
Yeah.
Push the tail out. Cam trying to gather the car up, but by that stage,
A victim.
So Jones and Stephen Johnson, nowhere to go. Huge damage.
McConville just fought and fought and fought to try and hold that car. And then it eventually came around on him. And bang, T-bone twice in the driver's side. Absolute chaos.
Look at Bernard weave through here. Cars backing out towards him. Yes, just around the chaos. So he's managed to avoid it. Under yellow, we're down in the pits with Gary Rogers, I believe.
What a difficult opening round to the championship this has been for your blokes.
Shocker, Greg. But, you know, I mean, what can you do? It's, I mean, Gas crashed this morning. We thought it was bad enough, but now we've got another one and a week to fix them. But you just got to press on.
You watched the big screen. You saw it seemed like minimal contact, but I guess 2 into turn 8 just does not go, does it?
No, well, particularly at that speed, you've only just got to get a little bit of a tap and the car will lose its balance, which clearly you could see what happened. And, you know, but it's a tough day for the team, but hey, we press on.
Thanks, Gary. Thanks.
Well, after this trail of carnage, and Brad Jones again, well, he's had some rough times here, hasn't he? At least he wasn't upside down this time. But Marcus Ambrose will be just in front of Stephen Richards when they eventually resume. Or, as you pointed out, gentlemen, we may have a premature race finish. I don't know. Have we passed the 75%?
Yeah, we have.
Yes, so
well and truly.
We'll keep an eye on that scenario as well.
Look at this. Everyone's all bottled up. They've got steam coming out of their ears. Dumbrell.
It's because Cam and Todd were getting side to side, so McConville lost pace. That gave Dumbrell the incentive to come down the inside, but you've got to go back a step to understand why all the cars were together in the first place.
Gee, scary moment for Cam there, because that was the driver's side that those two cars were collecting as they followed through. They had no choice, of course, but watch this as he turns sideways, and you can see Steve Johnson there and Bradley Jones both collecting that driver's side. You just don't want to be in the middle of that.
Incidentally, 75% is 59 laps.
Big Rust.
Well, I've climbed inside the cabin here from the passenger side with Steve Johnson. Just describe what that impact was like. You had nowhere to go.
Yeah, Rusty, it was pretty big, but I've left my leg on the steering column somehow, and I've got a bit of a sore knee. But I guess the guys are going to try and get it out if it's not too damaged, but it looks like it's a bit too damaged, mate.
It's the walking wounded for you guys this weekend. A tough one for Warren, and this car's been through hell and back, hasn't it?
Yeah, mate, we haven't had the best start to the 04 season, but you know, we had a reasonable start last year and it all turned bad, so hopefully a bad start this year and it'll all come good.
I want you to paint a picture for us in your own words when the impact happened, going into turn 8 and seeing it all unfold. Describe it.
Mate, I could not do anything. I was hard on the brakes. I couldn't swerve because it was too late, and Cameron just kept coming across right side on, and I couldn't do much. So
We've got to go, guys. They're saying you've got to go. You're going to give it a whirl and try and get out and at least get some points, but you've got to see this car.
Well, Cameron McConville in the middle of all that. We hope he hasn't been injured. It's amazing how Neil, that is, there's Cameron walking around, so that's good.
That's good.
High impact, Neil, really, that is a frightening speed.
Well, the approach into turn 8 is just a whisker over 230, between 230 and 240 k's, depends on what lap you're on. At this stage of the race, they wouldn't have huge speeds, probably about 230 k's, Garth, and across the face of the corner at the apex there, it's just about 200 odd k's or a little bit more. So when you meet up with the concrete on the exit of that, it's heavy contact. This is a real-time replay of what happened.
It all started a bit earlier when Rick got up the inside of Cam, Cam got a bit of a dud run onto the back straight, and it slowed him down. Dumbrell had a bit of a look.
Oh, it's a big
stacks on.
Yeah, it's actually beyond the turn, so on the outside of the turn, you're actually accelerating again, back up to about 225 k's.
This is real speed.
And the cars that just Brad and Steve Johnson that just collected Cam will be doing every bit of 230 odd k's.
Yeah.
So
Pretty wild stuff.
And there's a lot of panel damage to repair before the next round. Greg.
Well, Mark Larkham, you're another one who's, I guess, a bit of a disappointed spectator.
Yeah, I guess I'm disappointed for the team and Frosty. I mean, 2 cars sitting in the top 10 there was starting to look really good, but you know, that's part of the game. That's part of the game we're in. That sort of stuff happens, but I got to say, I'm not going to comment on that incident. I think anyone that watches it will make their own assessment, and wasn't very clever.
Thanks.
Jason Barguana is in 5th place at the moment. The interesting thing about that is he finished top 5 in the last 2 rounds last year and again at Albert Park, so he really likes 5th place. Ran very strongly before pitting on lap 50. He had to replace the diff yesterday, remember. That took 20 minutes. They got him back on the track. He finished 21st, grabbed some serious points, so the battle continues for Mark Larkham's team and many others here in Adelaide.